What's up, guys? Today I want to talk a little bit about the steps that you should take to build any kind of business and how to do it, what to think about before you start, and how to go about and actually validate that business. Just to remind you, I am a VC scout for $500 million VC. I've also exited businesses and I worked in finance prior to that. So there are a few things to think about before you even think about going into a business and starting a new business. And that is your current situation, your family situation, your financial situation, and whether you have kids or not. Building a business is emotionally very challenging. It's very difficult and it shouldn't be taken for granted. These are all some of the things you should think about. If you're in a career path which is on an upward trajectory and you're thinking about building a business, you should know that building a business is very, very risky and very, very dangerous. It may off-rail your career path in certain ways. And so it's something to think about before you actually go ahead and take the leap. A great place to start is actually asking a bunch of mentors around business, around people who have actually exited their startups, and getting some high quality advice from people in your particular sector that you're trying to build your business in. How do they do it? What do they do? What are the goods and negatives of actually going ahead and doing it? Do that before you actually jump into and try and build a business. But if you're going to do it and you're passionate about a certain sector, the first thing to think about is how you can prove that there's a market there before actually jumping into it. So what you want to do is build an MVP, a minimal viable product, which will enable you to go ahead and actually prove there are customers and paying customers for the particular product that you're trying to build. So make sure you do this before you start, because this will show validation. The aim of this is to use the least amount of money and get people to validate that your business will actually work, and getting them to pay is one form of valuation. It's also something that investors like to see. Me as a VC scout, I like to see a business that is generating revenue. And you don't need money to do this. You need to throw money at in adverts and Google ads to show that there are customers. There are ingenious ways out there and numerous ways where you can prove that there's a business out there and they're paying customers before actually venturing ahead and going ahead and investing money if you are looking to actually raise capital for that particular business. So building an MVP is extremely essential before you go ahead and actually try and raise venture capital, which means proving that there is a market for that particular product. This is one of the first and most essential things. Of course, getting an advisor is also important, and thinking about the team member that you're going to be working with. Who's that person that's going into bed with you, that's going to be there through the long nights and days? It's essential that you get a founder's agreement in place, so you guys will know that you're both vested and have interest in the success of the business. That means you don't get equity straight away, but you get it vested over 4 years. It's called a founder's agreement. It's very essential for anyone out there looking to build a business. YC, which is one of the best VC investors in the world, will look at a team rather investing in individuals, because the teams are some of the most important ways to grow a business. A team member, someone that's slightly different from you, maybe that has a technical, if you're more businessy, someone that's more technical, that's going to be extremely essential for the success of the actual product and the business itself. So the team, the MVP, getting an advisor, and then once you've built and proven a certain model, going ahead and getting those investors. Now, one way to do that is join an accelerator. Accelerator is a great way to get exposure to that business, to get pilots and corporates to actually give you pilots to test out your product in real life. But remember, getting a business from seed to Series A, Series B is so difficult. There are different traits that you need for every single one of those levels. And getting advice, getting mentorship, and maybe joining an accelerator, talking to your investors and VC investors who have been through that is very, very important. Let me know if you have any questions, what you guys are building. Make sure to like and subscribe, and make sure to tell me what you're building in the comments. Thanks.